Hey guys, before we hop into your video, I wanted to tell you guys about my new partnership with BetterHelp. If you haven't heard of it, it's an online resource in which you can find your very own friendly local neighborhood therapist, no matter where you are in the world. You sign up, and within 24 hours, they match you with a licensed therapist that's right for you. And you can talk to your counselor every week via phone or video chat, and you also have the opportunity to text them in between sessions. As most of you guys know, I am also a licensed professional as well as a mental health advocate, and sometimes in these readings, very in depth topics come up that are very intricately related to mental health, and it's for that reason that I offer this resource to you guys. And if you know anyone that can benefit from them, or if you yourself can benefit from them, I suggest you take advantage of them. The information to sign up will be in the description box below, but let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hello, Cancer and Scorpio. Welcome to your March. Okay. As above reading. I'm Princess India. If you're new, if you're family, welcome back, my friend. So we're going to go ahead and jump into you guys' cards. The first one that is out is my favorite card in this deck. It's Railroad Bill in the reverse, which is the Chariot in the reverse. We're going to do this like this. We're going to do this just like that. We're going to do that. But I'm going to go ahead and pull out the rest of you guys' cards. And I just want to tell you all, because the Virgo full moon is coming up on the 9th of this month. And I'm recording this on the 7th of March. So I feel for you guys. Oh, hell, Jesus. Okay. It will be of utmost importance to you all to take into account what has come up for you guys during this retrograde, because Mercury also goes direct on the 9th. So what's come up for you during this retrograde, and also utilizing this time last year as more or less of a mirror, just to give you like a end point, if you will. I find sometimes when we're doing self-reflection, especially if like our personal self-inquiry or self-reflection is something that we're fairly new to, it's good to have marker points. If you're a woke booker, then the woke book, of course, in your timeline would be of utmost importance, as well as your reflection, looking back at each one of those years or anything that you resonated with each one of those years. But most specifically, honing in on the emotions that have come up or the desires that have come up for you during this retrograde, or just using this time last year as a marker and seeing what the differences are and what you would like to see different in your life for this year going forward. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so past influence, we have the Chariot in the reverse. Ooh, Jesus. Whew, all right. In the 10 of Wands, good Lord, Cancer and Scorpio. That's a tough position to be in. It's like being between a rock and a hard place. It's like a desire to move forward. Similar to kind of what I felt for earth signs, it's a desire to move forward, but feeling like that just isn't happening. And this is bringing up a year from the woke book. Can't remember what year that was. I feel like my default year is like 2016. I always go back to 2016. But I feel like it's one of the years where I was saying something about it's like no matter what you do. Wait, legit, was that 2019? I think that was 2019, because 2019 was a 3-12 year. So there's an element of being stuck on purpose, and that's kind of what it is that I'm feeling with you guys. I'm more or less seeing it from the perspective of not really so much the whys behind it. It's just the fact that you're overwhelmed. You feel like there's a lot on your shoulders and there's no movement, but I'm not really getting energy as to why that is. It's just more or less that's how you guys are coming into March. Looking at what the overall theme is for the month, ooh, Lord, we have the free man in the reverse. It's the Fool in the reverse. Y'all are getting stir crazy and going ape shit. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Be like that sometimes. And then we have the 9 of coins in the reverse, and we have the 10, ooh, Lord have mercy. The 10 of swords in the reverse. Yeah, this is what ape shit looks like.
Cancer and Scorpio, you know, going ape shit. That's what this looks like in card form. What this is looking like to me, you guys, and this is me being blatantly honest here. It's not to take any validity away from external circumstances that could be going on in your life. Like, not to say that there's not, you know, struggles or challenges or what have you. What this is really looking like to me, as far as what the biggest struggle for you guys is this month, it's really you're being called to release a lot of envy, jealousy, anger, and bitterness that you guys are harboring in any way, shape, form, or fashion. If you don't feel like you're doing any of that, then you just don't resonate. You know what I'm saying? No harm, no foul. Or maybe this is somebody who feels that way about you. Ooh, I had to close this other laptop, Lord. But I don't know what it is with me and electronics. It's like, aside from me recording, it's like if there's other electronics that are open around me, like when I'm recording, it's like I feel it and it drives me nuts. It's neither here nor there. A little bit about me, you know. I feel like we know each other a little better. Moving right along. So whatever that is, whether this is somebody that's in your life, or if this is you, or if you just don't resonate at all. But what it's looking like, and I'm being careful because, you know, water signs and feelings, and I have water in my chart, and moving right along. But what it's looking like to me is it's a lot of emotions that are being harbored. Now, this very well could be something that you guys experienced eons ago, and it's just old residual energy that needs to be released. But in the bigger scheme of things, I feel that's really what the goal is here. I feel that a lot of why it is that you guys can't move forward is because you are too weighed down. But what you're weighed down with is emotion. So we could say this in the sense of intellectually, you could have processed something and been like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I understand that that happened. No big deal. And so you have an intellectual understanding or a resolution to it. But energetically and emotionally, it's still there. Like the pain from it is there. And it kind of reminds me of a conversation I was having with my website members about, we were talking about the analogy that I always use for boundaries with houses, and how there's, like, you know, 3 different houses that are called boundaries, right? And this is kind of reminding me of house number 3, which is the house that has the 10-foot electric fence and locks on the windows and doors and things of the sort. It's more or less like a cynicism towards life, and no judgment there, but it's a cynicism towards life. It's a you know, keeping distance and stuff like that, but rightfully so, because it's like you've been through so much, you just kind of just don't have time for bullshit, you know what I mean? But when I say like going ape shit, like that's what I'm seeing with the full reverse, because the thing is that these energies are kind of running underneath it all, right? So it's like they're there, because I always say emotions are energy and motion, right? Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It just transfers forms. So when you experience something where you feel an emotion and you bottle it up or you push it down, it doesn't just disappear. You know what I mean? It's still very much there. And if we really get into like metaphysics and things of the sort, energy can actually manifest into disease. You know what I mean? It's like impacted energy can turn into, and I don't know why I want to go here, but like impacted energy, and say if it's in an area of like your solar plexus, so pretty much what the chariot in the reverse would be, especially for my Cancerian people, since, you know, chariot Cancer, it can manifest as stomach issues or constipation, right? If you are suppressing emotions and not expressing them. So I feel what's happening is it's almost like an energetic overload, right? But I don't feel this is something like you guys are consciously aware of this. It's almost as if you've reached like your fill by line, right? And it's like things are kind of overflowing, And so you're kind of going through life, but you feel almost borderlining on spontaneous combustion because it's just so much stuff that you're feeling. And this may be manifesting in a more tangible way, is just like reckless behavior or forgetting things or drinking too much or eating too much or, you know, using something to kind of divert your attention or feeling like you need a distraction. When in reality, what needs to be faced here is what I feel that this 9 of coins in the reverse and the 10 of swords in the reverse are representing. And I feel that, to me, of course, with the 10 of swords again, and this is so interesting, with the 10 of swords, it was another sign I saw this for. I can't remember who. I think it might have been Aries. I really don't remember. But I don't usually ever see betrayal with the 10 of swords, like, ever, you know. And I mean, you would think that because it's a dude like in the Rider-Waite laying on his stomach with freaking 10 swords in his back, so you would think that, but that just never came to me, except for in this particular deck. I always see that as betrayal, and it's betrayal of like a very close betrayal. It's betrayal of partner, like romantic partner, best friend, sibling, you know what I mean? Somebody super close, like not like, you know, somebody you work with. Like, this is something very close to home. And with this being in the reverse, to me, it's something that has not been let go of yet. So I mean, it could even be a parental figure. You know what I mean? It could be feeling abandoned or betrayed by a parent or let down by a parent. And, you know, I don't know, it was your championship soccer game or something, and your mom or dad didn't show up, and, you know, you're in your 30s. And that's something that you've been holding on to subconsciously. You know what I mean? Not consciously, like, oh, I'm pissed off at my parents because they didn't come to my soccer game. But it's like how you interpreted that at that age and what that means to you in so many words. And then with the 9 of coins in the reverse, I really feel this heavily as a sense of not feeling good enough, not feeling equipped, or not being enough. But I feel this in relation to other people. You know what I mean? It's not saying that people outside of you are making you feel this way, because, you know, everything that we're experiencing with other people, it starts within us first, you know? So there may have been feelings of not feeling good enough prior to, and I mean legit, I don't know why, I'm just gonna throw this out here. It may have something to do with a Virgo person specifically. And then we got Aries with the Fool. It may have something to do with a Virgo person, but it doesn't necessarily have to. But it's a person who makes you feel not good enough, and it's because you're comparing yourself to them or using that person as a schematic in some way, shape, or form. And that may not be for everyone. That's just something specific I'm picking up on. And this feels more, this message specifically feels feels like it would be more for a female for me, even if you have Virgo in your chart. But this feels more like this would be for a female to me. But it's more or less like, with your doings, or, you know, how you're going about things, it feels like a sense of self-abuse to me. So this would be like somebody who looks at social media a lot. I mean, it could be something as simple as that. Like, you're scrolling through Facebook or scrolling through Instagram, and it's seeing people that you know. So not like you're like, oh, I'm jealous, you know, like, you know, it's not that. It could be something like self-abuse, where you're looking at social media and you see someone that you know and something that they're doing, and now you're using them as a schematic by looking at their life and looking at yourself and being like, you know, I'm not doing that. Or like, wow, you know, we graduated the same year and they're doing that, you know. And then you look at yourself and it's like, I'm not doing that, you know what I mean? Or like, they got married and they bought a house already, you know. It's something like that, but it's making you, it's tearing you down instead of building you up, is the most simplest way that I can say it. And then for some of you, it's a dual type of thing. It's old betrayals and old feelings of not feeling good enough. And it's more or less the vibe that I'm getting with this. And I'm going to get into you guys' roadblock cards, is, in so many words, the clearest way to sum this up of the theme for the month and how you guys are coming in, is that you can't pass go. with this energy. So spirit wouldn't want you to move forward with this, because this is like a tainted energy that you wouldn't want to bring forward into this new cycle, especially with Mercury retrograde having a lot to do with reflection and us implementing change. You feel me? So anywho, for your roadblock, we have the 5 of Wands and we have the Sun in the reverse. Sun, dog, no pun intended. It's funny. It's like sun. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Moving right along. So what I'm seeing with this man, it's literally half-hearted happiness. That's how I always see the Sun in the reverse. It's half-hearted happiness. This can manifest in the sense of you either portraying, and that is very much Virgo energy. I don't know what is up with that dude. I did say this to someone. I said this to Aries. I don't know if y'all got Aries in your chart. I legit said this to in the Aries reading, because I'm picking up on this Virgo energy. I picked up all of Virgo's readings in 2019 were about this, like faking the funk and stuff like that, and trying to make it seem like you're okay on the outside when on the inside you're really not. You know what I mean? So it's more or less self-honesty. It's like, and this is something I always say in therapy, it's like the first step to healing is accepting and admitting that you have a problem. It's like, first it's me saying, okay, something is not working here, something's wrong, and I need to accept that that's actually happening before I have any hope of changing anything, right? If we can't accept where we are in this present moment, it's like we're disempowering ourselves to even fix ourselves, right? So that's the same thing that I'm seeing here. It's like, it's a level of burnout where, say if you guys have been feeling stuck or stagnant or overburdened, it's like you're still trying to go on with life, or you're still fighting to move forward, even though you have this overpowering, cumbersome energy, right? And it's making things more difficult. And I feel like that's kind of creating almost like they say like rose colored glasses, right? It's almost as if this is creating like gray tinted glasses, to where you're seeing everything in a less than stellar hue. It's, the glass is always half empty as opposed to half full. And the reason for that is because of the heavy weight energetically that one is carrying. Now, don't freak out of like, well, what is that? And how am I supposed to know what that is? And so on and so forth. That's what I feel like the whole month of March is about. But it's like, what's required from you is, if you resonate with this, and I only say if you resonate with this, because if you don't, then this definitely ain't about you. You know what I'm saying? But if you do, like, if the things that I'm kind of describing, even if you don't know specifically what it is with the whole, emotions and stuff like that you're feeling, but if you find yourself in a state of scoffing or bitterness or teeth sucking or anything along those lines throughout your day, not just one particular day, but on a regular basis, it's like towards life, you just have a bad taste in your mouth, and without a fact that you feel stuck, you feel overburdened, and you're not really happy with your life. You're not really happy with the way things have panned out from here. You're not really feeling fulfilled. You know what I mean? In multiple areas of your life, not just one, like everything in your life is the bomb, but your romantic life sucks, or everything in your life is the bomb, and your career life sucks. I mean, like, in multiple aspects of your life, you could literally say every facet of my life freaking sucks. If you're feeling like that, the thing that you want to start with is just admitting that to yourself, right? That's the first step, because I feel like whatever this represents for each of you individually, Spirit is going to bring it to the forefront, because it's time for you to purge this, to release this, and let this go in the month of March, because it would behoove you. So the sun can come out and you can really see the sunshine. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's going to happen. But the only thing that's required of you is to not just fight the resistance, but to first admit that it's there, right? Because it's almost kind of like numbing out or disassociating and trying not to pay attention to what's happening here. You know what I mean? But I feel a great deal of any type of conflicting energies that you guys are feeling, or any inner conflict that you're having, whether that's within or that's without, I feel that light is going to be shown on what the source of it is this month, but one just first has to come to a place of not necessarily accepting, but admitting that I'm not happy and something needs to change, right? Now, when we're looking at our possibilities for the month, we have Bishop Mason in the reverse, which is the Hierophant, and the Two of Pentacles. So what I feel, dude, this is deep on some stuff. Whoo! And I said this for earth signs, I believe, but it's slightly different for you guys. And of course, that's Taurus energy. We got Leo energy, Cancer energy, and Aries. But with this Two of Pentacles and the Hierophant in the reverse, I feel that a lot of the solution for you guys, right? Or a light at the end of the tunnel, if you will be found in, or you guys balance in a sense, being found in, oh, wow, this is so on point. By choosing to break away from tradition. I kid you not. Right before I turned on this video, I was in the group chat. Everything centralizes around my freaking couture tier, y'all. On my website, my couture tier is my highest tier. I probably talk to everybody in that group legit, like probably every day. I don't think a day goes by that we don't end up talking to each other somehow in our chat. But legit, like I closed out the chat to record this video. And right before I left, I shared a song with them that I said I'm gonna have on repeat for the rest of the day. And it's by my favorite band, as everyone knows, is Incubus. You know what I'm saying? And it's the song Out From Under from their first album, Make Yourself, right? That's legit the energy that I'm seeing here. When we talk about the Hierophant in reverse and breaking from tradition, that's legit everything that that song is about. And that's the whole conversation that we were having prior to this, which is hilarious. But dude, nothing is ever by accident, I promise you. But legit, that's what it's about. It's a method or a way of being, or a certain way of functioning, like literal conditioning, right? Of how it is that you're postured to go through life. And I was legit just saying to them, because why the song Incubus by Incubus came up for me was because I was saying, I was like, dude, I was like, the key to life is not to follow these motherfuckers. Like, that's literally what I said. And what I'm talking about is like in the bigger scheme of things, like when people talk about the social general idea of what happiness looks like, or what a career path is supposed to look like, or what purpose is supposed to look like, or what spirituality is supposed to look like, or, you know, if you think about your nationality or your gender or what have you, it's this big powers that be that we call society, which is an abstract construct that we've all created. It's neither here nor there. We have this disembodied force telling us who and how to be, what happiness should, ought, or supposed to be for a very unique, couture, one-of-a-kind individual, right? And we bend and break and try to remold ourselves to be what this disembodied force says that we should, ought, or supposed to be, and wonder why it is that we aren't happy. And when I say, like, fuck these motherfuckers, it's the simple fact that I realized, even on my own path, that no one knows what's best for Princess but Princess. And so the same with you. No one knows what's best for you but you. No one can answer that for you, right? Because all of us are one of a kind. All of us are different. It's like our ideas of happiness are different. And I feel the most liberating thing is when you're following a certain pathway in life, which is why I feel you guys have hit this blockade. So this is something that's inadvertently helping you. It's like you've reached your limit, you're overwhelmed, you're not intended to go forward like this. The Hierophant reverse says to me, it's like saying fuck it all. You know what I mean? It's literally leaving all of that behind and charting an entirely new pathway, one that's centralized around who you are and what you want and what's best for you, instead of trying to fit into this mold that you were never designed to fit into in the first place. So this is like full-on liberation. So if you guys have been following a path in life no matter how small or how big that is. And it's something that society, your parents, or whoever has been saying was supposed to make you happy, and you find up to this point it hasn't. Fuck it. And I literally said this in someone else's reading somewhere in January, where I was saying, it's like, if you're not happy right now, today, like as it stands, as I look at you, I think this might have been the earth sign reading, so y'all really might have Virgo in your chart. Are you cross watching real hard? I'm just saying, moving right along. But in the earth sign reading from last month, it was January or February, I don't remember. But I was saying that if, as it stands right now today, like at this moment, right here, us talking to each other, it's like, are you happy with your life, right? Like in every facet. Like if you died today, you can say like, I did the damn thing, right? If you don't feel like that, then that means everything that you did to get you to this point, because where we are in this present moment is merely a byproduct of every choice we did or did not make, right? So the choices that you made or didn't make are the reason why you're here, the reason why I'm here in this very moment today as you're watching this. If, as it stands at this present moment, if you're not happy with your life, then you know everything that you did to get here is not something that you want to carry with you forward, right? One of my professors in graduate school said that the only thing that the past is good for is to fill 2 boxes, right? One of those boxes is labeled shit that works. The other one is labeled shit, right? So we're more or less using the remainder, the last couple of days of this retrograde. Those of you who are doing the woke book, to use, you know, the rest of this retrograde or rest of the year, whatever, it better not take you a whole year to do that book, because I will fight you. Moving right along. To look back at the last few months, the last year, the last 10 years of your life, and to fill those 2 boxes, shit that works and shit. We're going to throw out our shit boxes in 2020, you understand? And with the shit that works, that's the only thing you guys will carry forward. So specifically for my Scorpios and my Cancers, that's exactly what you guys are doing, right? Breaking out from whatever this energy is, it's you guys walking away only with a box of shit that works. Fuck the rest. You feel me? So moving right along, we're going to go ahead and throw the dice of resonance. And then after that, I'm going to pick the cards for you guys extended over there on Vimeo or my website, one or the other, or Patreon. We're all over, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and ask a yes or no question if you like. We have Pisces, we have Moon. So Pisces, you'll want to jump up in here, you can, since y'all are water signs and whatnot. We have Gemini, we have Bay Lover Partner, and yes, in a few weeks. So Pisces, Gemini, Moon, Bay Lover Partner, and yes, in a few weeks. And we're going to throw the dice that have no name. We have Scorpio. Whoa, we have Node. And then we have the number 5. That's funny. So you guys, major arcana for the month is the Hierophant. And 5 is also the number of epic changes and things of the sort. I would tell y'all that I would read to you about Scorpios, what a North Node in Scorpio is in the extended, but I'd be lying because the North Node in Taurus came up for Earth signs. But I know I have stuff written down for the North Node in Scorpio, but I don't know where it's at though. So it's kind of not one of those things like Taurus, but I might see what I can do. But for North Node, it says you are learning something new about your destiny, where you're going, what you're developing that you will carry forward your legacy. I'm just saying, let me just tell you this. Even if you're not a Scorpio North Node, everyone who is watching this, I would suggest you look at your birth chart and see where your North Node is and see where your South Node is. Because just speaking specifically with the energy signature that I'm seeing in you guys' cards, this is legitimately what is happening. To look at a North Node in Scorpio and using it as an oracle as we do, it would be simply giving you a specifier as to, so if you think about like a tarot card and a specifier card, it's like the North Node in Scorpio, specifically for this reading, would be giving you insight into what specifically you can align with this month to behoove you. But looking at your specific birth chart and what your North Node is, that lets you know the legacy, the energy that you're intended to align with in this particular incarnation, right? It's not comfortable to align with it, but your South Node in essence is your comfort zone, right? So if you want to know what revolution looks like, it's in your North Node. You feel me? But moving right along. For the number 5, as I said, your major arcana to meditate on this month is the Hierophant. And it says, consistently inconsistent, mental instability, and come through, spirit, come through. I'm just saying, let me just start over. Consistently inconsistent, mental instability, not in a sense of like a real mental instability, but just meaning that your mind is always going back and forth on stuff. Consistently inconsistent, you feel me? Sheepishly following without question. Don't forsake your truth in service to another's. I'm just saying, Cancer and Scorpio, I'm just saying, man, I'm about to go and be petty in this group chat, because if this is not the whole conversation that we just had, I'd be lying. So anywho, let's go ahead and pick you guys cards for the extended. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Cancer. Oh, this is tea. I like this. This is what's hot in the streets right now, ladies and gentlemen. First card for Cancer, we have the Knight of, oh, hell. What? The Knight of Wands. Good Lord. Then y'all got the Six of Cups, the Empress, the Devil of the Reverse, and the Ace of Cups. I know you lying. Then, oh man, Cancer, this is gonna be funny. All right. Then you have the Six of Pentacles, and your last card. It's about to be lit. I feel it in my spirit. Okay. And then you guys have the Three of Swords and the Ten of Cups. Ooh, what I did. I thought I'd stop recording. And then your hidden enemy or pattern. Woo, 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 Cancer. Y'all got buku of them days. I'm gonna take all of them. I don't care. We got glass ceiling, wanderlust, student loans, and quarter life crisis. Lord help us all. Oh my goodness. I don't think student loan has ever come out ever since I've been using these on the channel. And let's get your Black Mirror Oracle and we'll move on to Scorpio. Oh man, this is funny, dude. Okay, Scorpio. I mean, not Scorpio, Cancer. We have hiding your true self. Oh man, dude. When I tell you this reading is reading y'all for filth, I ain't lying. Scorpio. I am not lying. Dog. Bruh, I'm here for it. Scorpio. You see how them cards came out for Cancer and Scorpio? Like, don't tell my business. Scorpio. Don't play with me, Scorpio. That's what I thought. First card out for Scorpio, we have the Four of Pentacles. I'm going to start picking these cards, Scorpio. Because y'all want hiding things. That's what I thought. Then we have the Seven of Wands. Then we have the Page of Pentacles. Hell. And then we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. I really want to pick another card for this too. Oh! Papa Molly, I'm sweating. We got the moon in the reverse. And then your hidden pattern, process, or enemy, Scorpio. And then we're going to get your Black Mirror Oracle. And we going over to Vimeo's or the website, wherever it is you watch me. We have Off the Grid. All right. And your Black Mirror Oracle. I'm smiling because I feel like this is going to be very, very interesting. Or no, Scorpio? No? No? Or no? There we go. Ooh, fragmentation for my Scorpios. All right, my lovies, I am going on over to Vimeo or the website, wherever you watch me. If you're about that life, follow me over there. If not, I still love your freaking face, and I will see you guys sooner than later. Website.